We have one of our own as our presenter speaker today, Charlene O'Neill. She's going to show us how to, we call it tequila? Is that what you call it? Lasagna. I like lasagna planning. Charlene, you want to come on up? And Ed's going to help her and hold the mic for her.
So there's a lot of difference between tequila and lasagna. So I'm not sure. I know what's on your mind. So anyway, I've been a master gardener since 2021, and so I do a lot of container garden presentations. And so today we're going to do a bulb container garden, or they call it lasagna gardening because of the layering that you do. So that's what we're gonna go through the PowerPoint, and a little overkill on the supplies, but I didn't have any already opened, so I just brought what I had. And she's gonna hold the microphone while I use my hands. Alright, so lasagna bulb layering, creating vibrant layered flower displays. How many in here have done container bulb? So there's a few of you. I have not done that before. I do a lot of containers, but I have not done the bulb. So I did quite a bit of research on it and found it really interesting, so I'm going to do that this year for myself. But what I'm going to make today will be a drawing that somebody will take home today. So understanding of the lasagna bulb layering is you need to, just like we do a container, is that you think about the lighting. Is it going to face the south? Is it going to face the north? So you think about the bulbs you're putting together need the same amount of lighting conditions. Also, in layering them is that you're going to start from the bottom, and that's going to be your last one to grow for the season. And we're going to do a spring. We're going to do what you would do a fall planting, and for early spring and mid-spring, or you can do this with summer plants or summer bulbs as well. And so you would take a layer at the bottom, would be your last growing plant, and then the middle would be what would come up in the mid-season, and the very top would be what would come up, which is sometimes snow still on the ground that would come up early, which is really the process. So kind of already talked about the multiple bulb varieties, layering at various depths, seasonal blooms. So you need to have in the bottom, and what I do with all container plants is I always put something, I have holes, there's holes in the bottom, is that I put bark. That is my choice, is to put bark in, because it's not only nutrients for the plants, it also keeps the soil from coming through the holes and stopping it up. Some people use gravel or rocks, or some have used peanut styrofoam. So it depends on what kind of container you have. You may have one this big that you have standing in front of a business, or you have a large entry into your house. So it really depends on what you are working with. I have a lot of ceramic containers at home that they do not move. So I plant them, I change them out every season, and so they're annuals. This is a 12-inch container, and with bulbs, it needs to be, they don't need to touch, but they need to be close together, and at least 10 or 12 per inch. So it's a 12-inch, only 12 bulbs in the bigger bulbs. When the very top, they're going to be smaller. So you want them about a ½ inch apart, which when I read that, I thought, that doesn't seem very far apart, but to have a really big display. And you're going to have this in the garage, a basement, just like you would overwinter if you had a canna in a container like I do. I have my angel trumpets in containers, so I bring those in the garage. So you would do this as well. You can, if you don't have rocks like I do, you can dig a hole in the ground and you can put the container in there if you want to do that as well. That would keep it all together and all, come up with something garnet the sides of it that it wouldn't spread out. If you do that outside, I know probably everybody in here has deer issues, is that put some mesh or chicken wire or something over the top of it to keep the critters from digging the bulbs up, and then put, I use the pine bark mulch or compost or whatever you want to help. Depends on how our winter is. It's Arkansas. It could be not get below 30 degrees, or it could be 0 degrees, so we don't know what it's going to be. But today we're going to do containers. So one of the benefits of it and doing container is the benefits I use in containers is that it's so versatile. Not only if you have rocky ground, I like to use them for different presentations. So I have a evergreen backdrop, and it's not just all a straight line, it's kind of zigzag. And I put the containers in between, and so I have all these colors coming up through into frost and all the way till frost again. So I have all that going on. So the space of it, like I said, I have such rocky ground. If you have a pool, or you have a gazebo, or just your front door that you want to have something in the springtime, that after a dreary long winter and Christmas is come and gone, and it's January and it's yuck, and I've got seasonal disorder where I get depressed, I'm ready for the sun to come out, these little crocuses start peeping up and really adds to it's like a ray of sunshine. I mean, it makes you happy. So that's what, more I studied on this, the more I found it so interesting. I go, wow, I'm surprised I haven't ever done this before. So, okay. So planning, which we kind of already talked about planning, and what kind of container that you want. I like resin because they're lighter. If you have a large ceramic container like I have, like this huge, or a concrete planter, something that is hard to move, you can take even one of these, or you can take, like you get at the nursery, the plastic planters that they come in, yeah. So you can put the bulbs, make your lasagna in that, and of course, put it in your garage, and when it starts popping up with the little crocuses, then you can transfer that over to your pot that you can't move. So that's, I like that in the sense I might want to change up stuff too, because I've got some very large ones, and I just became a proud parent of a banana tree last night. So that's going to go in with my little jungle theme I've got going on. And I have a very small lot, it's a quarter of an acre, so I make the most of it, what I have. So the picture of the crocus is the crocus that we're going to use today. So I've put pictures in here of what we're going to use that I've got up here on the table. So that is it's going to be a mixture of crocuses. So they're going to be all different colors. And we've kind of talked about the bloom times and the heights and the diverse. So I like color themes. I like it to be opposite on the color wheel. So if I've got purple, I want orange. So if you want one that's a light purple and a darker purple, and you can do that as well. But I do a lot on the opposite of the color wheel. So this display is going to be very bright, and it's going to be very, very nice. It's some of my own taste, but it's also having a phone call. Walmart just got in their bulbs. This is what we have. So I got to thinking, because they asked me in January to do this, and I got to thinking, will there be any bulbs come September yet? So anyway, but we've got a beautiful array here. So. And the daffodil we're going to use is the one you see on the left, which I use this PowerPoint that I could not get one to give me the space I wanted to have a good picture of it. So that's the daffodils, and I'll show you a picture up here. And whoever wins this can take home the package. And that is the tulips that we're going to use for today. So this is how it would look. So you can see how it's layered in there. This is just from one side. Of course, you're going to have it all layered all the way around. Yeah, so I think that's cool. And we've already talked about choosing the containers and the planting location. So if you have a resin or plastic or different container like that, you don't have to put it in some plastic and put it, but you can do it in what you want to leave it in. Right now, you would not want to put it in your garage because it's too warm, and so I would put it in the house where it's cooler, or some people store their bulbs in the refrigerator. Well, this is going to have dirt already on it. So I would just keep it in the coolest, darker place in the house until hopefully the weatherman is telling the truth and it'll be cooler next week. Hopefully. So what I would do is, or if you have it under the house, it's cooler too. Even a lower level house, it's cooler. But looking at watering, so if you have bulbs in the refrigerator, you don't water them, correct? But from everything I've read, is that if you have them in the garage, it would be like any plant that you overwinter in the garage, you would keep it a little damp. So if it's really dry, but it needs to be like thoroughly dried out, it keeps it dormant. If you keep it thoroughly dried out and just water it lightly, I I just, the first year, last year, put them in the garage, the angel trumpets. So I just water, you know, I didn't know how much water, just water, but apparently I did okay, because they come back beautiful. But you do keep some water on it, just not much, because you don't want to bring them out of being in that dormant state. And we've kind of talked about the timing and the seasonal. Also, if you are like me, that I have thought about planting bulbs come December, and I think, oh no, it's too late to put them in the ground. They need to be September or October. If you do them in a container, they need 12 weeks of being in their cold state to be able to get their full growth. So that's not bad. So December, January, February, March. So that's in early March. So corpus will start coming up. So it needs 12 weeks of being cold. So don't think that you're too late if you don't run out and go do them this weekend. So you still have time, even of course in October. Next thing you know is the holidays and it's first of the year. Okay. And so now we've kind of, I'm just going to start putting this together because we're time constrained. And the sort of the tarp is a little overkill too, but that's the only one I have. So I'd rather have too much than not enough. Okay. So as you can see, this has a little indentation here. So I'm just going to put that much bark in it. Usually I put more, but that's because I have a bigger container. Try not to make a mess. All right, so I got this part filled, and next will be the soil. So a lot of times with bulbs, you put bone meal. People put bone meal in there. And what I have studied during all of this is when you first buy the bulbs, they have all the nutrients already in that bulb for that first year. So you can put the bone meal in it, but be sure and mix it very well with the soil because you don't want it to burn it or anything. So I'm not using any bone meal, but they did suggest a good potting mix. And this is the same thing I use for container gardening. Let's do this. So we're going to put 6 inches of soil to start with. And if you have a larger container, still 6 inches, but you can layer a lot more bulbs in a larger container. Meaning instead of 10 or 12, you might put 30. It's kind of slow. I got 6 inches. A little bit. Oh, I do too. I don't use gloves. Sorry. I know you're supposed to. I got a pair. That's good. Okay, so we got 6 inches of soil. 6 inches of soil. And the first thing that we're going to plant are the tulips.
Can I ask a question? So are you saying that the first bulbs in that 12-inch pot will be 12 inches below the surface? Or, because you've got cinches, and then you're putting the first bulbs in and bulbs hold. So how, I guess I'm asking, how far from the surface are the first bulbs, the lowest?
Is it depends on your pot.
Right.
So I start from the bottom up.
So for this pot,
I did 6 inches.
so it's 6 inches below the surface, okay.
Yeah.
No, from the bottom.
No. From the up,
But
going
these
up.
bulbs from the surface are 12, are 6 inches? No. I guess I'm asking, yeah, where is the surface? How far below the surface?
Okay.
are these
How
bulbs?
tall are the bulbs gonna be?
Okay, so your tulip's gonna happen to be the tallest, but what's gonna happen is your crocuses are going to bloom first, and that's all you're gonna see is the crocus. And then as they die back, as it gets warmer, then your daffodil is going to come up.
Oh, I misunderstood, because I thought there'd be bulbs and, first bulbs, then some dirt and bulbs and.
And there will be,
Okay.
and there will be. It's just that they won't come up at the same time.
Right, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking that.
Yeah. So in between the bulbs, and maybe what you're asking, after I get a layer of tulips, I will put a couple inches of soil.
That's what I was asking.
So you see the size, and you just,
Do you choose your bulbs that are deepest by how deep the bulb's supposed to be buried?
Yes.
Yes.
You'll go deeper than 4 inches or whatever?
so of course, I know everybody knows
You're
that
just laying them on top of this layer of dirt,
I
correct?
am just layering it on top of the dirt. I don't push it down into it, I'm just layering it on top of it.
Could you go back to the slide where you showed the diagram of the bulbs? A lot of people were taking pictures of it.
Okay.
I think we like to, some of us would still like to take a picture, but I think that'll give an illustration to help with this.
Okay, yeah, and I had found that one online that I really liked.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 10. So it was 10 to 12 in a 12-inch pot, and they came in 5 each, so that's why we did the 10.
What if you have a taller pot?
If you have a taller pot,
How much mulch and then dirt? Do you add more dirt for each layer?
yes, about 2 inches for each layer.
Well, and whoever mentioned last, you have to get bulbs based on the depth of where you plant them, and you have to make those decisions when you're selecting those bulbs.
Basically, too, is that the bottom bulbs are gonna be your last ones to come up as well. So, need to.
Does it matter how deeply you plant them?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
So, I put 6 inches of soil before I put my bottom layer.
Right? And is that too deep to bury the bulbs if you have a taller
If you have a
planter?
20-inch top, if you put it 6 inches,
Yes.
it's never gonna reach the top.
Right.
I guess you have to base it on your surface level
Uh-huh.
too.
Yeah.
2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches.
So, like, this is a 12-inch pot, and you have 12 bulbs, then you would, if you did 6 inches on this, and you had a 24-inch, might be 12 inches in there.
Okay, that's what we were trying to get at.
Okay.
Not doing it well, but that's what we were trying to get at.
Okay, well, we got to what we were asking, so. And they can't touch, but they can be close together. And as you can see on the picture, they're very close together.
Yeah.
So here are my tulips. If y'all can Oh, well, we need an overhead. I know. Let me get them back in here, sorry. I thought I was gonna be smart.
We can imagine.
You can imagine.
We're looking at the
Yeah.
picture.
Keep the picture up there. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put more soil. So there's the tulips. So we're gonna put 2 inches of soil. Now, the 2 inches of soil is always between the bulb. Yep, the 2 inches. You're good? Okay. Okay, she's gonna put the, she's faster than me. Any other questions while she's putting that?
Is it okay if the top of like bulb, two bulbs, just the little tops show when you put the next ones in?
Yeah.
And you got your commission?
You'll, we're putting 2 inches of soil on top of the tulip bulbs.
Yeah, but if you're bringing a bulb and the little tops stick out, that doesn't matter for the next bulb.
It needs to be 2 inches covered at the very top of the bulb.
So 2, so 4 inches.
So the decision, nothing, on the soil.
Part.
The width of the height of the bulb is that two inches? Yes.
Yeah, the 2 inches is, so she's completely covered those bulbs up and it's 2 inches of soil.
After that.
After that, then you put your next layer of bulbs. Okay. All right, go ahead.
The picture doesn't show that.
Oh, what's that? Layers. So this is just from one side, it's bulbs all the way around it. But I like that picture because you can see from the inside. So these are the tulips. These are the daffodils. And I think they're just beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have 10.
10.
There'll be 10. They were both in packages of 5.
Are you putting the bulb close to the edge of the pot, or are you leaving a space?
I'm leaving a space, a little bit of space. Okay. So got all 10 of those in and kind of spread equally where nothing is touching. Okay. So we can put 2 inches of soil on top of that. Okay. Okay. We're getting ready to put the crocus. We're almost done. I might go crazy with this at home and just like I did the angel trumpets and say, oh, I like this, let's try this color.
Now, when whoever wins this, takes this home, they need to put it in a dark room, cool spot. Do they need to put any moisture on it at this point?
They need to water it thoroughly. Okay.
Oh,
And then let it dry out.
And then let it completely dry out. So I'm supposed to be watering each layer, but that might be a miss. So, yeah, I'm glad you asked that because it does, each layer needs to be watered, just like you would do in a container. Yeah. All right, so she's got all those covered, and now we're going to put the crocus, because we need at least 2 inches from the soil, from the top open. So we need 2 inches
After you
open.
plant.
That's, yeah. All right, so crocus. And this crocus has 4 40 bulbs.
Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna sprinkle some of these.
Yeah.
We can actually put a lot of those in here, and I don't know if I can do all 40, but I might can. Let's just see. We got lots of room. Yep. So it kind of takes the planning to what container you use, how big it is, where you're going to put it at. I did get some on it. Use all of that. Yep. All right, that's that. Here. Okay, so we got this full. We're getting thick in here. So now we need to put 2 more inches of soil, and that should be 2 inches from the top.
Press that down and all, no.
If you watered it in, it's going to press down some, but I'm not going to press it down. So whoever gets it can water it, and it will press down. So, as planting any crocus, you can really plant them very shallow too, but we still put the 2 inches on it. So now there's right at 2 inches from the top of the soil. So, I always have to dress mine off, and I always put bark on top. For one thing, it keeps it with the temperature. Also, when you're watering, you're not splattering the soil. And it just looks nice. Almost. Okay.
And that takes
Then
it up.
I've got this to 70.
All right, we're gonna have a drawing for that, and whoever wins it has to bring it back next spring for us to see.
Draw us a card.
So we're taking names.
All right, you want to draw?
Stir it up good, Daniel. Stir it up good.
Oh, I did.
Here, let me show you what the number is.
Okay, it is
Turn around, Rick, say it out loud so I can repeat it.
515.
515. She's when? Charlene, when should we expect to see this produced? That we bring it back to a meeting, April?
Probably February.
February. Okay, thank you, Charlene, appreciate it. Wait, I'm sorry.
So it will be the crocus first, the daffodils, and then the tulips. So they'll be, yeah, all 3 will come at separate times. The other one will be died back, and the other one start coming on through.
So you have to bring it in 3 times?
Yes. Or you can take pictures of your progression. So she wanted to see what you did.
Thank you, Charlene, and now we'll start with our meeting. I want to know if anybody goes home and does that, I want you to take pictures. I want to see, FT got some pictures down in the pond. That's kind of what we need to see how much dirt there is. And I think the main thing right now is to water in between the levels, and which she wasn't able to do. All right, so we're gonna move on. Start with our business meeting. Marcia, do you have any minutes for us?
Yes, the executive minutes for September were posted in the newsletter. Are there any additions, corrections, or questions? If none, then they will be posted as written.
I'm sorry, I should have given you this. Okay, Cheryl, your turn.
Okay, we have $50,240.60.
Okay, next is Lynn on membership.
Okay, first of all, the card that's being passed around, we'd like for you to sign it. It's for Janet Carson, who lost her son this week. So please sign the card. We have 12,433 and a half sanctioned hours. We have 1,002 and a half non-sanctioned hours, making us a total of 13,436 hours. We have 4,665.75 education hours. And please put in your hours as soon as possible. If you wait till December the 15th, you probably won't be able to get them in. Because, so many people will be putting them in that you'll probably get knocked off. So, and we'd love for you to get them in so we don't have to call you. We have 82 members present, and we have 6 visitors. B and Denise have been here before. They're both registered to go to take our classes starting in January. Rick Bentz doesn't need any introduction at all. We all know who he is. He's that person that you had to run over if you went to the fair. And then we have Mary Ann Boyer. Have you been here before? Yes. Yes, she's planning to take our class too. And Bob Thompson, are you planning to take our class? Bob, no, you were just visiting, right? Okay, you're probably from Saline County. Now, we also have a new Tony Williams who is moving to the village, and he was a master gardener in what state? Missouri. Huh? Missouri, all right. But we're hoping we're going to encourage him to join us. He says he's still working, but we know we can get him to join. Be nice to him. Okay, thank y'all. Please put your hours in. Ma'am. Oh, that's right. I need to introduce Diane McCoy. Please stand up. Diane has just transferred here from Washita County, and she will be she's already taken the class, but she'll be joining us and starting working next year, so you'll see a lot of her. Also, Renee Caldwell, I don't know, have we introduced you? Okay, she's from Texas, and she's joining us. So, those are two of our new members. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. All right, no program guidance. We have, at this point, chairmen for all of the chairs, chairs for all the committees for next year. We still need some help, so until. Oh, I'm sorry. We need a new so until person. So I will make that change on our list if anybody would like to take over. I'm sure Karen can tell you a whole bunch of things she has planned and can do. Daniel does not have an announcement this meeting, but he's here with us. I'm going to just say a little business and I'm going to turn it over to Pam. Gail wanted me to remind everybody that nominations are open for officers for next year. None of us will be here. We have got to get a new slate of officers. If you have any suggestions or you want to volunteer, Pam Stevens, Gail McClure, and Becky Landis are on the committee. Please get up with them, give them your recommendations or your name by the end of September. Okay, we're now going to talk about the fair. Pam? And Linda?
Hot for most of the fair. Our fair team was so creative in decorating, with a huge thank you to Elaine Taylor for providing the backdrops and the flowers and the bees. I think the walls, it looked really awesome. Everybody worked extremely hard to make the fair a success, and we wanted to make it kid-friendly, colorful, and inviting. Some of the comments that we received were, "This is my favorite building. I love voting on the Master Gardener contest," and huge smiles on the kids when they left. We had 82 youth entries with a huge thank you to Mary Wittenberg and the youth group. I had 1 Sprout Squad entry and public entries. This year we didn't have any huge pumpkins or watermelons, so we only gave out 2 Master Gardener Special Awards to the youth for Best of Show Plant and Farm Produce. Each was worth $50. We had 149 adult entries, most being potted plants. That was awesome. I think the shelves look really great. We had 2 Master Gardeners assigned to water the plants and entries, Ann Hires and Paula Wallace. A big thank you to you. You're behind the scenes. The adult grand champions were Linda Fleming with a huge angel wing begonia. And we had 2 non-Master Gardeners that entered succulents and fresh floral arrangements. Rick's giveaway garden bench drew in 899 entries. The winner was our very own Master Gardener, Donna Woodard, who was very excited. And you know what? I need to insert right here a huge thank you to my husband, because he has really been my backbone. He's done a lot. The Kids Corner was run by Diane Arrington, who did a great job. There was a group of us who planted seeds and plants, or propagating, and took them home and cared for them and brought them to the fair. Even during the fair, while we were bringing our plants, I would run to my patio window to check on my plants to make sure that the deer didn't eat them. And there was nothing there because they were all at the fair. I miss those darn plants. We had them all over the patio. We only had a handful of plants left over, and that was it. There was hardly any plants left. The kids were able to decorate a cup, pick a plant of their choice, and plant it to take home. It was a big hit, and many parents thanked us. We did 632 cups with the kids. That was awesome. All right, the most popular exhibitors for the kids, because we made this very kid-friendly, was the Kids Corner, the Forestry Preserve, Face and Rock Painting, Sew and Till, because they taught them how to make seed tapes. Man, the kids were all over that. They were really watching that and very interested in that. Sharon's Peacock area for storytelling, the bee guys, the library table, Eat a Bug with many different flavors of crickets to try, and the Master Gardener contest. Linda and I can't thank our fair team who worked hard, talking to the public in the heat. You all did an awesome job. Please stand up if you helped out with the fair and give them a round of applause. Yes. You guys did a great job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We couldn't have done it without all of you. We were an awesome awesome team, weren't we, Linda?
Very much so.
We were, and a big thank you to Linda. She was an awesome co-coordinator. Thank you, Linda.
Worked very hard on that.
We did work hard. Let's see. So we're giving you all a big hug. Even some of our spouses helped out. All right, down to the plant giveaways. We had these plants to decorate the fair, our building, and Linda and I drew names, so we didn't have to do it during the meeting. And we'd like to give the following a plant to take home. So if you want to come up and grab a plant, you're more than welcome to. Rebecca Tutton. Marty Lynch.
Marty's not here.
Marty's not here. Beth Shea. Well, she's not here either. Jennifer Huffman. Yeah, those are new bastard gardeners. Rhonda Backus. Woo-hoo. Rita Munson.
Any of these.
Jennifer Blankenship. And Michael Carr. I guess I'm going to be delivering a few plants. Okay, now, what we all waited for was a Master Gardener contest. Thank you for participating in our Fun in the Garden contest. Oh, there's Michael. We had 16 participants in the Master Gardener contest. The following are our winners, and please come up here as soon as Linda's done there. All right. The first prize, Cindy Frybro, I don't know how to say her last name, Frybro, with 231 votes. And we have the donated prizes that you all saw in the newsletter, so she gets to pick a donated prize, and she gets a ribbon. Hers was the, when you first walked in on the right-hand side, it was that, the fairy garden. The kids love playing with it, and she said, I told her, and she said, that's okay, they can play with it. That was the fun part, because people would come into our building, and they would say to their kids, don't touch, and I said, excuse me? Touch. All this is one. This is for the kids. All right, second place. She's not here. Diane Arrington with 192 votes. She had the window with, third place, Donna Woodard with 140. I don't remember which one was yours, Donna. And fourth place was Melody Dillingham with 131 votes. That was a lot of votes. And you know what? You know that the people came in, the public came in, and they are so in tune now to going up and voting. They love that voting. And it helps us get a fair count as to how many people come through our building. That's why we came up with that. Let's see, and I think I got everything. Again, a big thank you from both Linda and I for all the work you did and participating in the fair. And we'll see you again next year. Woohoo!
Okay, we're waiting for pictures, and we're going to do this quickly. Tricia prepared a slideshow of the 2025 Master Gardener Survey. It's been sent out, we've printed it out, but she made a condensed version with the most important answers. So Sherry's just running it for us. We're not going to go into it. We're not going to discuss all of it. The things that we are highlighted on this are going to be discussed by the executive committee about things we need to improve on, what we need to work on for more meetings, membership meetings and speakers. So I'm just going to let you all, you can't even see it. I mean, you really need to print it out. We do have some that was, there, some interest in having classes on Saturday for some who work. I mean, not classes, projects on Saturday. There is some interest in that. And it's the same old top 5 that people want to hear covered, and it's pollinators, color it for all seasons, native plants, perennials, and what's the 5th one? I don't even see the 5th one. Native plants. Herbs. So it's the same topics that we've been trying to cover. We had a lot of input about the monthly speakers. Everybody seems to like having our local speakers. And it is cheaper because we don't have to pay our local speakers. And how you would improve the meeting. We're thinking about maybe adjusting the time, not starting lunch till 11:30, because we seem to have a dead period between 12 and 12:30, and everybody's just kind of mingling around. And then by the time we start the meeting, you've already been in here 30 minutes. So we're going to think about changing the time for lunch to a little later. Anything else? Whoops, it already finished. I don't see anything. Everybody, you know, there were complaints. We're going to try to address the topics next year that were brought out mainly in the survey, and it seems to have to do a lot with the length of the meeting, so I'm trying to make this as short as possible. Rebecca? Rebecca, did you have something you wanted to say? And then... Go ahead, and then give it to Leah.
Today is the last day for the awards nomination. I hope everyone has a form. If you have not nominated someone, would you please do it today? Today is the last day for written nominations. There's a box back here. You can drop them in on your way out. When you nominate someone, would you please try to make some suggestions as to why you nominated that person? This will help the committee. The online link is not available for you to vote online. Lynn is going to fix that, and we'll send out,
I'll get it out today.
she'll send an email out today with that link. So if you don't have the opportunity to do it today, which I hope you do, she will get that link to you. So I apologize that link was not available. I know some people went to look for it and it was not there, but thank you for giving me that feedback. Any questions about the nominations? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I was going to talk about P&G that I wanted to talk you into going to, but it is full. But I want to go ahead and say next year, please go. It's not just if you want to be an officer. It is for your education. Good education hours, lots of fun, good food. I know it's not the best motel in the world, but it's cheap. So it's not such a hardship on you. And remember, if you have never been to P&G before, we will pay for you to go. Not your room, I'm sorry, but we will pay your fee, which this year was only $25. So, but they have great speakers from all over the state. You know, most of them from the state, but we don't have many out-of-town people because of the expense. But we would love to have you go, and like I say, next year, and I'm going to find, as quick as I find out the date of it, I'm going to put it in the newsletter, so watch and put it on your calendar for next year. Because it's lots of fun, and we're going to have a hat contest, and a party down in the garden, and all that good stuff you're missing if you're not going.
Okay, we're going to cut it off. I'm going to let So Until come up. Come on. She's waving at me.
We just have 2 gifts set to give.
You want to draw from the tickets?
Hi, this was my month for Show and Tell, and
I did it on beneficial weeds of Arkansas, and people don't realize how beneficial our weeds really are. You know, when we think about the dandelion, people go, oh no, and they want to get rid of it quickly and just do a lot of chemical warfare on the poor things. Well, that weed in particular is very, very nutritious. You can use every single part of that weed. So if you're on Naked and Afraid or wanna be, just remember, you can use that dandelion and you'll get a lot of nutritional value out of it. Just want to let you know. So I have a variety of different types of weeds. I have even the Queen Anne's lace. Of course, we all have to be very careful about that because there are also a lot of poisonous varieties that look like Queen Anne lace, very, very poisonous, the hemlock. And I've got a picture of the, well, I had a picture of, it's here somewhere, of the different types that look like the Queen Anne's, but they use it for a variety of purposes. They actually make fritters out of the top portion of the Queen Anne lace. So I mean, we have the, you know, when we talk about a weed, we talk about, well, what really is a weed? Because a lot of times if you look at wildflowers of Arkansas, we consider some of those weeds. So it's really a very subjective thing. And I have here as the definition that it's a plant that is considered undesirable in a particular situation, often growing where it conflicts with human preferences, needs, or goals. So it's very subjective. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, the one thing that I do love, and I just forgot to bring it, but it's, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, it's mullein. Mullein? Thank you. And I love that. I love mullein. I have about 8 or 10. I have a lot of mullein in my yard, and I actually, when I mow my lawn, I make sure that I keep that little baby just it's like, yeah, in its own little place, and it has a lot of uses. The leaves. Oh, and if you get in it tight, they also called it something, and I don't think anyone probably knows this, and I got a big kick out of it, but they, not only is it used for like salads, and it's supposed to be great for lungs and respiratory, but they also use it as, they call it cowboy toilet paper. Yeah. So just remember that if you're in a pinch. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little thing that I had done. And what I'd like to do, if we could, please. Oh, okay, good. Perfect. The blind leading the blind, right? Okay, we have 510.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, yay! All right, Linda. Good deal. Pick whatever one you want. You can check, yeah, whatever you like. Okay. You're welcome. Excuse me? That is Queen Anne's lace. This, yes. Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah. And they make it, they make a lot of bouquets out of the Queen Anne's lace. That's a lot of reason, a lot of florist shops will actually. 489. Calling once, 489. Twice, 489. Sorry.
Oh, I am, that's me.
Oh, okay. Saved by the bell.
489.
Did I get to draw? Oh, yes, thank you. All right, I'll let Elaine say.
Okay, we're almost done. Roy wanted to say something about the chairs. You want to come up here? You want?
No, we're just leaving 20 chairs, everything else we gotta put away.
Leave 20 chairs, leave them toward the front, and I see